Are you ready to take the plunge? You've heard this before. You've heard people say, I jumped in with both feet and took off running, and I just haven't stopped since. Right? Have you heard that one before? You know, I can honestly say I have heard that one before because I've actually done that. Specifically, jumped in both feet, took off, and said, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. I am all in. When you do that, what's happening is not only are you changing your mindset, but you're changing your beliefs. You're believing in yourself, you're believing in what you're doing, and you're believing in everything else around you. So any and all success that you achieve, the ultimate goals, the ultimate path, the ultimate everything you do comes from your desires and your dreams. And your dream to desire and to drive yourself to the point where I'm going to do this regardless. So let's say you have all these wonderful traits within you. And for some reason, you don't know why, but nothing is happening good and nothing is working out that you're trying. You know what? It's not your fault. Really, it's not. And I don't want you to start blaming your parents or your grandparents or any of these people that raised you, because you know what? They didn't know any better. They were raising you the way they were raised, and they were, as a parent, we always say, I'm going to do better for my kids. I'm going to raise my kids better than I was raised. I'm going to give my kids more. I'm going to take better care. I'm going to make sure my kids understand life. I'm going to do all these things. As a parent, we try to do our best. So a little, not actually a demonstration, but just a realization here is elephants. They're big, they're beautiful, they're strong. And you know that elephants are really, really intelligent. They're really smart creatures. We don't really see them that way because they are so big, but they're so easily trained. You see them in the zoos and the circuses. You see them, in movies where they're trained to do these things. Well, why would such a big, strong creature give up its strength, its independence, to follow a man that is just a pea size to him? An elephant can squash us at any time. Then they can definitely outrun us. I mean, think about it, We don't run as fast as an elephant. They're huge. And they're strong. But what happens is, it's a mindset that happens with the elephants as it does with us. They take the elephant as a baby. They're easiest to train when they're newly born, when they're babies, maybe still suckling on their mama, whatever it is, that stages that they get these babies at. But what happens is they take the babies and they will put a big, heavy chain around one foot and drive a huge, huge stake into the ground. Well, that baby's going to pull and tug and pull and tug and keep pulling and tugging on that, trying to get to past the end, right? He wants to get free, he wants to get loose. He's going to keep going and keep going and keep going. Well, then one day, as he gets a little older, this always happens, guys. It's so sad, but it's true. And I'm going to show you how this relates to people here in a minute. But what happens is, as the elephant gets older, he gives up trying. He knows now, I can never get past the end of my rope, at the end of my chain. I can never get past the end. I can never go further. I can never be on my own. I can never be independent. I can never achieve my elephant goals. I have to stay here. I can't go any further. I have to do what I'm told. I have to do what I'm shown. When someone taps me on this and does this, I have to do that. It's a mindset. It's all a mindset. And if animals are done with this mindset also, what makes you think that we're not? Because we are. Like I said, don't start blaming your family, your mom, your dad, your grandparents, aunts and uncles, and all these people. Don't start blaming them for what you don't know. And don't start blaming them for the beliefs that you have right now. Because fact is, they didn't know any better. The same as the mama elephant or the daddy elephant. They're the same way. Unless they're in the wild, and then it's a different story. But once they're captive, this is what we're talking about. Once they're captive, their mindset changes. As does our mindset as we are growing up. As we're growing up, we're like sponges. And we're getting more information and more beliefs based on the atmosphere and the people we're around. So, and we're conditioned as we're growing. As we're growing up, and you're probably doing this to your children and don't even know it. But as you're growing up and as your children are growing up, you're training them or you're teaching them the same way you were taught. If you were teaching them that, okay, you can't have this or that because we don't have any money, or only the rich people can have those kind of cars or those kind of homes, or we'll never be able to wear designer clothes because that's only for the rich people, that's not for us. If you've heard that growing up, then that is a mindset that has been instilled in your mind. So what I'm saying here when I say take the plunge is it's like, okay, I know this for a fact now because I have teachings and I'm doing these teachings and I'm following people that are teaching this, and I know for a fact that when I change my mindset, I can have anything because we're all meant to be wealthy. We're all meant to have everything we desire in our lives. There shouldn't be anything or anyone that could step in our way. So as you're going through your days and as you're going through your mindset and you're saying, I'm changing this, I'm changing that, and this is going to happen for me and that's going to happen for me, keep your beliefs strong and keep using the systems that I teach you. I teach you how to release your limiting beliefs, and I teach you how to let go of those beliefs because those beliefs aren't any good for you. And I teach you how to visualize in your life and how to create the life you want. So use these skills that I give you and that I teach you every day to have the life you want, to have the mindset. You have to take a plunge. It's even if it's in cold water, it doesn't matter. You have to take a plunge and say, you know what? This is happening for me and this is what I'm doing. There is no one or anyone that can stand in my way. When I have a limiting belief that shows up, I'm going to let it go. When I have a belief that shows up and it's not serving me, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to learn the skills I need. I'm going to take a deep plunge into the deep end. Whether I sink or swim, every failure is not a failure. It is a step towards my success. And keep focusing on that, because whatever you think and feel is actually an affirmation in disguise. Because it's actually something that you're repeating to yourself over and over again. The subconscious will believe it, you will believe it, and your conscious mind will eventually get a hold of that. But first of all, don't be afraid to jump all in. Don't be afraid to take the steps to say, you know what, I'm learning the skills. I'm going to take the laws of the universe. I'm going to use each and every one of them to my best ability. I'm going to get the training where I need it. I'm going to get the skills that I need, and I'm going to grow and prosper and be who I am. Unlike the elephant who grows up in captivity to where he has no free will. He has free will, but he has given it away. He has given it to the master. Just as we do as children, we give our free will that we have to our parents, grandparents, whoever's taking care of us. We've learned to be conditioned. It's a good thing, it's a bad thing. It can keep us out of trouble, and it can keep us from having a life we want. So take a look, and just because you see somebody out there that has something you don't ever think, oh, that's only for the wealthy, that's only for those people. No, it is for you, it is for everybody. We can all have the designer clothes, we can all have the big homes, we can all have the cars we want, we can all have the trips, we can all have a private plane or whatever it is. Whatever it is your desire is, you can have it. Change your mindset, change your belief, and work for it. It's not going to come to you for not doing anything. You have to put a mindset out there, and you have to do the work. Learn the skills. I always give you guys a training at the end in my header. There's always a training there for you to learn more and more, and to grow your own business, and to prosper, and to learn the skills from several different leaders out there who are giving away more and more training every day. So take a look there and take yourself to the next level. Take the plunge. Regardless of what happens, you're going to take the leap. and you are going to grow and you're going to prosper. And it's all going to be about, I did this and my family benefited because I took the steps.